Okay, so now we got the centerpiece, and I'm going to select the material for the hotspot and drop it in. Oh, that's gigantic. Alright, so definitely will make it smaller than what it is, so 500 and say like 200. And it's pulsating a little too much, so we want to get it nice and also we don't the color of a life now, it doesn't. Now we want to do something a little different for that. So color over life would be better to do. Let's see. Oh, you know what I needed to do? Okay, under material, I still wanted to control the alpha. So we'll do vector. Oh, sorry, vertex. Vertex color. Okay, multiply. Because I still would like to control the fade. That would be important to me to do that. So, but I think actually we can go directly in here. Let's see if that works. There we go. So what I'm doing, so just to iterate what I just did, is I only have the vertex color going in on the alpha going to opacity. So I'm not messing with the texture. And so that's giving me that nice like aura of like fading. So let's see. Let's put them all together as one. And now it looks like in the game here. And see, it's occasionally it does a popping problem. So we need to go into the particle system again. And let's see. So I have the lifetime set to 0.2. And if I go to required, under duration, the minute duration is set to is 1. So it's actually killing the particle before it gets to 0.2. So making that 0.5 should give it a little smoother transition. There we go. Maybe better actually if we... Oh, also, if you want to make the graph bigger, you can just go view fit like that, so you can see what it looks like. So I'm gonna smooth out those curves and bring it down a little more. Maybe drop the initial size down. There we go. So it's not so prevalent in this. Does it look like that better? That looks much better. Okay. Now I was thinking with the ring, be like it's almost pulsating out. So go into my particle again. Now, if you ever want to just, like, say that you like it how it is, you can just right click and say copy and make a copy of this. So you should do copy. That way, if you go into here and you like it and you change something and you don't want it to delete, undo what you previously deleted, you've just got it saved right there. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna right click and say duplicate. And oh, I think if you hit S, yes, you can only select this one, the one that's selected. So gonna go to materials, go to the sphere, circle, and the ring, and I'm gonna put that in there like that. Now it's not fading either, so I need to go into here and I need to go to vertex color. Open the opacity. There we go, it looks better. Okay, so I want it to spawn to like be sporadic, not sporadic, I want it every so often, sorry. So under spawn, See, rate is 20, so we're going to set that to 0. So now it's never going to spawn, but we want it to burst, and this burst is down here. So burst, and hit the little plus, and you can do like, so every one it'll do. And you can do a random number too, so we could do so count would be, say, like 2, can go off between 2 and 1, like that. And I think we'll do the size over life, so we'll take a look at that. And what you can also do is you can make, right now this curve is very linear, so you can hit Control Alt, click and drag, and then you can click on the A, which is Curve Auto, and you can give it a nice slow fade up if you'd like, or you can select, say, like the bottom one and make it quickly jump up. You get like different results on how you move the curve. So I'll make it now. What we could also do is we could do, say, like 1-on-1, like right here. So only one spawns. Then we can make another duplicate. Yes. Okay. And then size by life, and do this one. We'll have this one maybe go even higher. Oops. Go higher. And then set the initial size. So we'll set it between 150 and 500. And I think I want it to fade quicker, so let's see, we're going to go to alpha over life, and let's make that auto, and we're going to delete the center point, and so it's going to start off fading in, and then it's going to gradually come up and come out. Let's try setting it to constant and just doing it like that. I don't like the rate, so let's do uniform rate. So minimum will be say 2, maximum will be 5. So now we're not seeing in the viewport because remember we made a copy of that particle. So, oh, now if you want to have like, say you want a picture right here, what you can do right here actually is if you pause it and click the little picture icon, it actually shows a picture right here. Now be squished because that's what the viewport it's seeing, like right here. If you want to make it like what it should look like, you can go make it a little bigger so it's more of a square. And it should fix the issue. Here we go. See. So that's that one. And this one was the original one. So take a picture of that one. Now if we want to change the look, like, so say we want the new one over to here. Select the particle, hit F4, go to the emitter, particle system, particle component, and select the copy and just use a little arrow. And now we have our new copied version. So, oh, and also don't forget to save. Okay. So let's see how it looks together. Let's see. Now looks like they have a little halo on the around the outside. So like this part right here actually has more more color to it. So we could add that also. So let's save this and then go to back to Photoshop. So back to Photoshop we go. And okay, I'll use that one again. Make a new layer. So I had a thought. Let's take a, instead of making a glowing part, let's make it like a being almost. So I was thinking we could probably use somebody from the UDK. So let's see. Let's look at the characters. Characters. Let's see. See if we have any people we could use. There's one guy. Let's see. And let's see, we go to the animation, and let's see, we got human-based male. There we go. All right, let's look for what he has. That's kind of cool. Maybe he's floating in the air. Take that. Maybe. Or there's the pelvic thrust. I was thinking of using this just for a picture, not actually using the model itself. Turn off the grid. Okay, let's grab a picture of this. Alt, print screen. Color range. Gonna select, and I'm gonna inverse and Control J. And then Shift F5. And then we're gonna take out that part. Alright, so let's try and see. Let's bring him over. Maybe give him an outer glow. Maybe a color overlay. That's good. Alright. Save as character pose. Okay. To textures, import, character pose. Okay. There he is. Alright, let's make a new material for him. Create new material. Put it in the material slot. Group. And let's see. Additive. Unlit. Don't really want him to be. Let's see. So let's grab that browser. And let's see. Let's make this center a little less. It's barely visible. There you go. Yeah, looks better. And then increase the size. 500. There we go. And then we'll make another copy. So emitter, duplicate, and should probably rename these ring 1, ring 2, oops, 2, and this is character. Okay. Now character we don't want size by life, so we can delete that. And we don't rotation, we want them to say they look the same. And initial size is going to be set, so we do vector constant. And so we'll say 300 size for him. And go to the materials. There's our guy in the center, all posed up. And I was thinking it would be kind of cool to have some kind of aura around him, like things like moving around him, like orbiting him. So let's go to particles again, and we can actually make a new particle system. So let's do that. So just do a test. So new particle system, and we'll just call it like a glow. Orbit things. No, orbits. Okay. Okay, so orbiting, look, things are orbiting around. So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna turn off velocity and I'll right click and go to location, and let's do sphere. So right now they're just being populated around the sphere. Now, you can't see the sphere, but you can always turn it on if you go to draw mode and set that to on. So now we want it to be able to orbit. So you go down to an orbit, and then it gives it that like flies almost. So offset, let's see what we got. 50, let's make that 20. Make them go a little slower. And 10 there too, I think. And the rotation rate, okay, let's see. A little too fast, so let's drop these down. There we go. Now, it might be a little small, I'm not sure, so we can always make it a little bigger. So, say 300. And then we can use the texture that we used before, the material, which is right here. Put that in here. And probably initial size, probably want to make them a little smaller. So let's see, it would do a maximum of 10, 0, 0, because you don't need this particle, and it's always facing, so the X is the only thing that's being used. So we use that 5, 0, 0. So and then let's make the lifetime between 1 and 2. And then we gotta change the required also to duration to 2. The low duration to 1. Now what you can do now, say like, okay, well this looks pretty good. So what does it look like? How do we get it to our other particle system? Well, what you can do is if you scroll down to your particle system, so where is it? At the top. Right there, copy. Okay, if you select this one and you right click, you say emitter, export. It exports that emitter into the other emitter. So now if we close down, you see it in the screen now. Now you see it's actually in the game, it's not the game, it's in the emitter that we made. So we'll call these like bugs or something. Let's call them bugs. I'm probably want to make it a little bigger. It's pretty hard to see in such a distance. Probably go a little bigger. Or you know what? We could duplicate it. Duplicate emitter. Bugs. We'll call it bugs02. And make the sphere a little bigger. And I think that's pretty much it. I think, let's see. Changed it a little bit, made it a little more fun. It's really washed out because of the camera and it's recording it off of a TV. But if you wanted to make it like really pump up the glow, what we can do is go into the view. You go into view and world properties under rendering. You go into post processing and see what it says bloom. Right now the bloom is set to 2, so if you crank it to 1, now we've got a little more bloominess to it. This thing on the side, this is because these are like this is the and light importance volume, and so it's just finding it and it's adding it, making it bloomy. We could also let's see what else we could also do. Change the color of the scene. You go to scene highlights and you can mess around with this, make it more blue. So yeah, so that concludes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a little bit. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll be setting up an email address on the website to contact, or you can reach me on Twitter. Just search for Gizmosan, which is GIZMOSAN, and next week we'll be doing something else, which I'll be posting up on the website soon. Okay, thank you very much.